On today's episode of Physics and Underappreciated Sports, we're going to look at competition cheerleading and gymnastics, two sports that are vastly underappreciated and sometimes not considered sports at all.
Why, you ask? We just don't know. They so purely exemplify the themes of physics. It's beautiful!
Let's start with our first video clip.
To begin this podcast, we will start with a basic pike toss.
To achieve a high toss, the bases must throw the flyer with all of their power. The flyer can then be thought of as a projectile.
A projectile that can do tricks!
Yes, Sav. Once the flyer is thrown, they ride the toss, hitting the scale at the top.
They're doing physics without even realizing it. The flyer uses her velocity to push against gravity. When she waits to hit her scale at the top, she's really waiting for the point where the force of velocity and gravity are equal and she is at rest.
Okay, now let's look at another. Here we have a slow-mo four-pass.
Front handspring, front pike, front tuck.
Do you see how fast I was running before my hurdle? That's to build momentum. Momentum is an easy equation. It's P, momentum, equals mass times velocity. We could easily figure out my momentum if I were about to divulge my mass, which I'm not, and if we had a simple motion picture.
The faster you run, the easier it is to build your momentum, right?
Yep.
So, the faster you run, the easier the pass is.
Exactly. And when I don't run fast enough, I don't have enough momentum, and I don't make the last go around, and I fall. So here we have a really awesome video by a freshman on the LaSalle gymnastics team, Brooke. She's on the strap bar, which is a strong, smooth metal bar with plastic circular pieces freely rotating on the outside. To work new skills, gymnasts strap their hands to the bar. This is an almost frictionless process compared to the regular wooden bar. The lack of friction allows her to propel herself around the bar with ease to work on form.
So we see that as she swings her toes to the ceiling, she reaches a maximum potential energy at a handstand on the top. As she falls, she begins to gain more kinetic energy until she's hanging directly under the bar.
Here, the kinetic energy is equal to the potential energy we had at the top.
Because the potential and kinetic energy are equal and there's little friction in the process, Brooke has to do much less work than on the wooden bar, allowing her to use much less energy. When stunting, our coaches tell us to do work.
Oh, they don't know how right they are.
The work done in stunting actually begins long before we hit the mat.
It actually occurs in the calf as we break down our food to create chemical energy.
Once that energy has been converted to ATP, we are ready to stunt.
And the stunt begins by loading in the pocket. The bases, the main lifters, are in a bent position. They're building energy, potential energy, in their legs.
Once they hear the count, they dip and throw, converting the potential energy into kinetic energy. Once the foot is caught again at the top, the energy is converted back into potential energy.
So that concludes another episode of Physics in Underappreciated Sports.
Join us next week for Physics and Twerking.
Saturday night, 9 p.m. See you there.
Here's to the girls on their boards with bruises and scars. Here's to the girls whose fingers bleed from playing guitar. Here's to anyone who never played when things got hard.
We're literally doing squats.
Okay.
Low budget production, take one. Themes of physics.
Let's...
She's really waiting for the point where the faucet... And she is at rest!
Peter, come here. Come here. No. Once they've thrown...
We can't do here.
No?
No? Okay.
Oh.